All right, I'm pretty excited today because I just got my Manurhin MR73 from the gun store. Just picked it up. I'm about to do the unboxing. I did put this in here beforehand, so this doesn't come with the cloth, but I put it in beforehand. But let's take a look at this MR73. Oh man, that is really nice. Just gonna kind of take a look around and not gonna say anything for a few seconds. Just gonna let you check out how this looks. But yeah, this was a very expensive purchase, but luckily I was able to pay it off over time. I didn't have to drop all the money at once. But it did take a while to get here. I think I ordered mine back in September, and then just now I'm getting it. Most people have to wait a lot longer to get a Manurhin, so I was pretty lucky with this one. But this is the 5.75 inch version, which is, I think, one of the more uncommon versions. I think the Beretta website really only what's it called? They only advertise the 5.25 and the 4-inch version. But I got the 5.75 here. I'm gonna put in some snap caps to dry fire. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I can get this, oh, sorry, 6. Okay. So how's the trigger? Oh, that is smooth. That is probably the smoothest trigger I've ever felt. Now, I know that there's a lot of debate about whether or not the MR73 or some of the Korth, whatever you pronounce it, whether or not this or the Korth revolvers are like the best revolvers. And it seems like what I've found is that most people consider this to be the best combat revolver. Like the best revolver that was actually specifically intended to be used by like law enforcement or military, whatever. But that maybe the Korth might be the best when it comes to like, I don't know, competition, stuff like that. This is extremely smooth. And I actually wanted to bring over, here, let me just move that out of the way. I want to bring over the GP100 that I have to just kind of compare how the bluing looks, because I sent my GP100 off to Ford Custom Plating so that they could redo the bluing and polish it, because I'm really not a fan of how Ruger does its bluing. I think it kind of looks ugly. But this is the GP100. So actually, I would honestly say that the bluing on these is either the same quality or the GP100 is just slightly better. So if you're somebody that really likes to, if you're somebody that really likes the look of a polished blued gun, but you don't want to drop the insane amount of money that you need to drop on this thing, you can just get like a GP100 or like an S&W or something like that, and then send it off to, in my case, I sent it off to Ford Custom Plating, and then you can get like a really, really high quality polished blued finish for less than $600. And that also includes them putting chrome plating on like the trigger and hammer. But I mean, in terms of, you know, comparing the triggers to each other, I mean, there's no competition. I mean, this Manurhin has the smoothest trigger I've ever felt. The GP100 also has, I mean, the trigger's fine. It's just like a, you know, this trigger's nice as well, but it doesn't have like the same smooth feeling that the Manurhin does, which you know, it's a you know, the GP100 is a $700 gun, so I mean, that's perfectly fine. But I also like how low profile this hammer is. I don't know if that was intentionally designed so that if people decide to carry it, it's less likely to snag. Me personally, this is going to be more of a definitely a range gun. I'm not going to be carrying this thing around in public. But yeah, I mean, and this is really exciting. I've been waiting on this for a pretty long time. And I love the way the heat treatment makes the hammer and, hammer and trigger look. Just looks really nice. And you've got like the matte finish on top to reduce glare. Now the sights, I mean, the sights are fine. I'm usually not a huge fan of the solid black sights. If it were up to me, I would have some kind of like fiber optic sights on this, but I'm not going to mess with it. I don't want to risk messing anything up, so I'm just going to keep this as it came, you know, as it came out of the factory. But yeah, that is the Manurhin MR73. Thanks for watching. See you all.